Hey guys, this is Brandon from Florida Stuffed. I hope everyone's doing good. Thanks for joining me here on YouTube. It is December 29th. We're almost at the end of 2019, and I'm glad about that. Moving into 2020 with some big plans. Today, there will be three videos, including this one, that will be featured on Florida Stuffed YouTube. You can find all the restaurant reviews for Florida Stuffed, all the advertising, all the articles at floridastuffed.com. Be sure to subscribe here to YouTube, and you can also find me on Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Facebook, and Patreon. So I hope everyone's doing good. We're talking about what happened during the last month on Florida Stuffed and the immediate future. I think you guys will be very happy with the way things are going. Um, November, I was forced to stop productions with Florida Stuffed. I try not to air my personal business with Florida Stuff. Not that I have a lot of personal business, but as followers, subscribers, I think you guys have a right to know what was going on. Shortly after I visited a restaurant in Brandon back in August, my vehicle had broke down. You guys probably already know about it. I didn't get it back until a couple of weeks ago, and that kind of put my travels to a halt, which pretty much turned my life upside down too. Unfortunately, I live in Orlando, and this is not a city where I can look cute and get on a subway or a train, and go to work or do my usual errands, things like that. I need a car, and I had to wait to get the car fixed. But I got the Jeep Patriot back a few weeks ago. We're not out of the woodworks yet. One last step, I got to go to a Dodge dealership and get the transmission and the engine computers reprogrammed. Putting the car in drive is a little tricky right now, but once we get the computers updated, everything will be fine. Um, there was also another situation that popped up that kind of caused me to get distant from this project, and um, I was forced to relocate in the last month as well. That kind of stopped me from doing restaurant visits and things like that. I was living with a roommate, a former friend of mine, for the last year and a half. That's needless to say, we're not friends anymore, and I'm back living in my own home by myself, which I've done for over 15 years. And it'll probably be another 15 years before I decide to live with anyone again. There was a lease violation issue going on, and they were threatening to kick us out because of his recklessness moving in an unauthorized occupant into the apartment that wasn't qualified to be there. And it just, it put me at risk. So I had to, between battling the car situation and the apartment situation, it just put me under a great deal of stress. But now we put both issues behind, we're good to go. One thing that was added to Florida Stuff recently was the Patreon network. I added Florida Stuffed as a business profile on the Patreon networks. For some of you that may or may not be familiar with it, Patreon allows people to contribute either financially, advertisement for your business. And that's one thing I'm looking at right now. Florida Stuffed, I independently own and operate it. I am the company, but there's a great deal of cost involved along the way, especially during the last 3 years, between the travel, the expense, the advertising, maintaining the website. And I'm making a call to you guys to visit the Patreon network. You'll find a link to it at the top at floridastuffed.com. Take a look at it. Sign up for Patreon if you want. It'll any contribution the fans make will help maintain my website, help maintain the travels, other various costs that are involved with Florida Stuff. Even just donating $1 a month will be a great deal of help. You can just go to floridastuffed.com, click on the Patreon link, and that will take you there. You'll see daily postings from yours truly. I think you guys will be happy with that. It'll look almost just the same as what you'll see in my daily postings on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook as well. So there won't be too much of a posting content difference, but there will be some Patreon only comments and posts that will be made on a weekly basis. So I appreciate any assistance you guys offer. You guys will not be disappointed. The travels will continue. And one other business goal that I do have with Florida Stuff is to add a live chat option onto the website. That way, if you're on the go, you guys can contact me directly. If you're in town or any other part of the state, contact me and say, hey, I'm in, XYZ city. Let's see, what good spots do you recommend to eat. I can give you a recommendation off the bat. Fortunately, adding the live chat option will be a very expensive option through the web host, but I'm confident that probably by February or March, it'll be something that will be added to the website for your convenience, and I'll be available on it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I think you guys will be very happy with that. Stay tuned for the next video. We're going to talk about my recent visit to Cafe Cubana in Orlando. We're staying close to home this month, but we're ending 2019 on a Latin tour. I'm visiting 2 restaurants within 2 miles of where I live in Orlando, Florida. And we were also able to catch up with Mr. Alex Diaz and Alex's Fresh Kitchen in Castleberry. So I think those restaurants will be a good ending spot for 2019. 2020, we will be visiting other restaurants outside of the Orlando area. We'll get back to that. I'm sorry I wasn't able to make it to Pensacola this month, obviously, with all the situations that were going on. I just wasn't able to make it. Hopefully, I'll be able to investigate going back up there at some point, hopefully by probably April or May of 2020. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, the updates. I know it threw a lot of you guys in this video, but stay tuned for the next video, and I'll look forward to talking to you guys soon. Take care.